I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
An arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master! You have no right!
I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
One more secret.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound...
Well, because it said the weapon
Yes.
must have been about as thick. It seems like an arrow would just...
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Oh,
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence. Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. Must be because of the dojo locker.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is... right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just... there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? And does that mean she knew I was being attacked? She came to my rescue? Could that be one? Does it mean that Kyoko? She killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
I just don't want to have to fast forward at all. Apparently it will pull you right to the right spot to choose that they're back on track, but...
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? The key. Make your argument.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room.
We got it, somehow.
Could I really have done that?
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya, what are you...
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you are the culprit.
I hit the wrong button?
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Not actually true. Clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us, an obvious lie. But this isn't like her. Trying to save herself with such a desperate lie. Really feel that threat? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? A deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay forever. This is why I can't let that happen. This is the trap the Mastermind laid out for us. The Mastermind's trap. Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I? Mastermind's trap. Victim was Mercuro? And Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? Mastermind's trap. You spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if the risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I decide right here? I just run away? So this leads to the bad ending.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Definitely lying, it must be because of the deeper truth she wants to keep hidden.
I didn't have the key to my because I'd given it to Byakuya.
Not that one, okay.
Shoot!
Shoot!
I didn't have because I'd given it. There's no doubt.
You are correct.
So I couldn't.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
No. Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
I wouldn't care about the other ending, but there might be an achievement tied to it, so to be precise, not quite. Monokuma's secret tool which can open any lock in the school. What?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school. Which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you. But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Good job, you got it right. Really right. We got it right. Kyoko really is the killer, but these changes going on here. Something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko.
Now then, I
There's a
prepared
special
a
punishment
very
this time. Is everyone
special
ready? Okay then.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Hope this doesn't drag on too long. I still don't know why they have no sound. It does, but it's very quiet. So class trial, Mercury Kusapa came to an end. Still no wonder whether Kiriko was actually innocent or not. Regardless, the truth was lost forever, even for me. Stop thinking about it, that's what the end of Mercury's class trial. The end would prove to be our last class trial. Once the case was over, there was never a single murder I'd hope to speak ever again. Pay in peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Peace but only inside the school. Peace but only for us. The only hope we had. Hope. 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 This is hope.
No! This isn't right!
Made my decision. I had to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. Must be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead, and then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
There's no achievement, by the way, in case you were wondering. That I got, at least.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Could it be background music? It's so loud, though, man. Like, I don't get it. That's the thing, I just don't really get it. It's so loud.
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What? Think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. Got it all wrong, I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
You got it right. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. The whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
Makes perfect sense.
Shing!
Same as always, it's just all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills!
Time for your heart pounding,
chills,
positively feeling
chills.
punishment. Wait, why do I? Kyoko?
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's go on.
Uh-huh. What's this? What's going on? May, what was that? Oh, yeah, it had to be. Alter ego. Alter ego. Stupid virus from that stupid guy. Must have planted it when he invaded my network. Turned it all the heck? I don't believe this. Seems you finally making this calculation. You could say it if you wanted to start, or they're just coming off. It's calculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other
I'm
words,
saying you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you already won? Barely felt a thing, it was a pinch and itch. Stupid virus is gone now, got it, and so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. Waste away in the garbage stew and pit, in a way that's even better. It's even a better special punishment. Pooh pooh pooh. I'm not enough until I'm not satisfied. I'm gonna bring despair to the rest of you, and bring despair to the entire world. Pooh hoo pooh hoo pooh hoo. Is he gone? Kyoko, what's the meaning of this? What the heck's going on?
calm down.
We're not the ones being trapped this time? Huh.
In other words,
That was the masterminds that's ensnared?
What did
What are you
you
talking
say?
about?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Massively high school towers over all the other buildings in the bustling urban area. School stands at the center of the entire world. Hope Peaks Academy brings in top students from every field imaginable and government-funded school privilege. Say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. Hundreds of years of tradition sends the cream of the crop in the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. 2 things you need to attend this school. Already be attending high school. 2, you have to be very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. Standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Ung? What? Where am I? Woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It would be weird for me to zoink off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was it doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I've ever had before. What's going on? God? Finally, I could finally feel my mind and body. I could feel my mind and body start to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or is it just another dream? The dream's had a hopeless nightmare. This isn't a dream. I could tell because a stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in the vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. I don't know about that. Trash was piled high all across the area. Some kind of underground garbage pit. Heck of a situation to find myself in. I'd like to finish the case, or the chapter. Don't want to be stuck in here until I wasted away and died. Can't let that happen. After what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last bit of his strength to do it. Can't give up now. For myself and my former friend. With that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way to get out of here. A rocket and a tank? I'm not thinking too much about what I'm seeing down here. This is a desk. Probably the one that fell down here with me. Then an airplane? And like that, get up in this one up in the school's garbage pit. Rattle, rattle. It's locked. Rattle, rattle. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled to kick that, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. Look around for some food. Plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. Now the pointless too. Search for some water. trying to be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones all crawling around. Bad idea. Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked on all sides. Still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. Sleep was deep and uninterrupted. The only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to drink or eat. Can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had passed. All I did was sleep and sleep, waiting for some kind of sign to come falling from out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign, not exactly. Crunch. What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jolted and formed an odd shape. Did they fall down over there? They fell from above. What have it been? A giant piece of trash just fell out of nowhere. I carefully stretched my hand out towards whatever it was that tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
Giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells.
It smells awful. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look even doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. Glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. Gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of that trash that faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Bread and H20. Don't mind if I do. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. In seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Really hit the spot. Now I got all this energy, I need to keep going. Haven't given up then. Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt? Or no, to atone? Atone.
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew?
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I had nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that, you didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. Trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
Listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there's a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost. Why'd you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I had to survive.
In other words...
That I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I had my mind to come to Hope Peace Academy for one very important reason. You had some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did once. Originally, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... the memory of what my purpose was? A memory that's impossible. Amnesia. Then is it really true you lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? Well, you fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, there was a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at this point, my memory was gone. At the time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? Hard to imagine that happened by chance. Seems much too convenient. Saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind that stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? Only one reason I can come up with. My purpose and my abilities somehow, they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. Mastermind just stole that from me.
However,
It could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to this mystery of the school, the Mastermind. This is why I have to get them back. Why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask me to, and the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the Mastermind would have known right away. Plus, what was the chance that the Mastermind's actually one of us? What?
Correct.
Don't make too big a deal of it, it's just a possibility. This is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? Mastermind, one of us. She believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the Mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Intuition was right though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the Mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Yeah? Just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
listen.
You okay? Yeah, it's nothing. Is it nothing? Right? It is nothing, right?
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know. I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked you for help right away, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigation on your own. How about her now? Are you able to remember anything?
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. Ultimate detective. I mean, have you looked at your outfit?
correct.
And the reason that came up speaks Academy. Someone I had to find here in school. You had to find someone who,
So,
well, it was the headmaster of Hope Peace Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? He's my father. What?
in other words,
I was separated from him as a child, and as it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Keiko's dad. Hope Peak's headmaster? It's Hope Peak's headmaster? And that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I'll find the headmaster.
no matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Keiko, what's going on?
I,
My memory hasn't come back to that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. Perfect sense now, of course, as my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
however,
Melissa Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. The headmaster was the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. And what did you see in there?
so,
It may have been ransacked, the shelves were a mess, and the desk drawers dumped on the floor. Only conclusion is someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion. Started to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found that this is the headman. I also found this in the headmaster's room. Is it some kind of map?
Indeed.
The layout of the entirety of Hope Peace Academy. Found it in the headmaster's room along with Mercury's profile on that key. Map showed that the second floor was home to the number of rooms meant for the faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. I figured the headmaster would have had some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
That's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. Went there to see if the headmaster really did have the private room there.
However,
Once I got there, I noticed that the second floor dorm didn't have any cameras or monitors. What was it like, the part of the school, I mean? Hard to describe, all I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so,
Can't explain it, you need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get the chance soon enough. Must be important. Really ominous.
however,
Of course, once I got to the second floor dorm, there were no cameras and no monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mercury Ikusawa, doesn't it?
however,
Let's be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And no, it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had alibis for that who did kill her.
Anyway,
I can say for sure the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mercury Okazaba was to get me killed. Get you killed.
indeed.
So the key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
The point of the class trial. It was. Mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. Because of the school regulations.
That's right.
Exactly. Minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Host Peaks Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
Mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with the rule in place, they couldn't step in. Couldn't kill me themselves to try to use the class trial to do it. Mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. It sounds like Mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
One other thing we want to point out about the murder of Mercurio Ikusaba. What's that? The point where Mercurio may not have become the victim. Could have been you, Mercurio. I could have become the victim.
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? What do you mean? During the night, I can hear them, you know. This is the god of death. What? The god of death as he moves. Okay, weirdo. Nobody naturally draws me in the cases just like this.
Anyway,
This is exactly what happened to you. I was in your dorms. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread, and I looked down the stairwell. While a white shadow crossed the corridor. You chased right away as I followed it. I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
Ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. Stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the master Sala was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. Also be the work of the mastermind and attempt to use a class trial to eliminate me. All this would mean is that whoever killed Mercurio was also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
Didn't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. It's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want to feel like it. Doesn't that create another contradiction? Mastermind wanted us to use a class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is the contradiction. Not just Makuro. They used the class trial to kill me, but it seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. What does it mean?
In other words,
Mastermind is the one who's being cornered.
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the Mastermind's identity. Identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair. No doubt that Mercurio was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not.
Indeed.
Think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever calls that event. Talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever responsible for that. Maybe the ultimate despair.
Let's see.
A despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. And they're,
Indeed.
make no mistake, they're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That's the ultimate despair, and that's our real enemy. 100-mile dash pain of the junk food junkie. To be continued. That's a rocket. So I make my own saves, so we'll with despair. I'll save it here. I'll make my own saves. Okay, we're gonna switch to fuck you, buddy. Switch to Elden Ring, I think. We'll see how I feel when I get back. We have been doing a lot of Elden Ring, and this was the lowest backlog I had. So we'll see what happens, but I'll be right back.